In the tall, shiny skyline of New York City, many buildings carry one name in bold, golden letters: Trump. For decades, it was a name known in business and entertainment and in controversy. But no one imagined that one day, this same name would be written into the pages of U.S. presidential history. This is the story of Donald John Trump, a businessman who became the 45th President of the United States, a celebrity who divided opinion, and a man whose rise surprised the world. Donald Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York City. He was the fourth of 5 children in a wealthy family. His father, Fred Trump, was a successful real estate developer who built homes and apartments in the city's outer boroughs. Donald grew up watching his father manage workers, sign contracts, and make deals. It was his first school of business. But Donald was not always easy to handle. He was strong-willed, confident, and sometimes aggressive, even as a child. At 13, after several acts of misbehavior, his parents sent him to the New York Military Academy. It was a place of discipline, uniforms, and order. For Donald, it became a training ground, not just in leadership but in toughness. After graduating from military school, Donald studied at Fordham University for 2 years, then transferred to the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, one of the top business schools in the U.S. While still a student, he began working in real estate with his father. But unlike Fred, who focused on affordable housing, Donald had bigger dreams. He wanted luxury. He wanted Manhattan. He wanted his name in the sky. In the 1970s and 80s, Donald began buying buildings in Manhattan, some old and broken, others just in the wrong place. He took risks, borrowed money, and rebuilt them into luxury hotels, apartments, and offices. The Grand Hyatt, Trump Tower, and other bold projects made headlines. His style was flashy: gold decorations, giant logos, and always his name. He said, "If you're going to be thinking, you may as well think big." Trump understood something that most business people didn't: attention is power. He put himself in magazines, newspapers, and on television. He turned his lifestyle, private jets, limousines, beauty pageants, into part of his brand. In 1987, he wrote a book called The Art of the Deal, which became a bestseller. People loved his confidence. To some, he was the symbol of the American dream: rich, bold, and unafraid. But not everyone admired him. Many thought he was arrogant, loud, and too focused on image. His projects were often risky. And soon those risks caught up with him. In the early 1990s, Trump's empire faced disaster. The economy slowed. His casinos in Atlantic City lost money. Banks wanted repayment. For a moment, it looked like Donald Trump was finished. But somehow he negotiated with the banks, sold some properties, and survived. He always claimed that he never went bankrupt personally, though several of his companies did. What mattered was this: he came back. And not just in real estate. In the 2000s, Trump became a TV star. His reality show, The Apprentice, became a hit. Millions watched him say his famous line, "You're fired." The show gave him a new audience. He was no longer just a businessman, he was a celebrity. In 2015, Donald Trump did something that shocked America. He ran for president. Many people laughed. They said, "He's not serious." He had no political experience. He spoke in simple, sometimes rude language. He insulted opponents, criticized the media, and broke all the traditional rules of politics. But his message hit home for many Americans. He promised to bring jobs back, protect borders, and make America great again. He said what many people were thinking but were afraid to say. While traditional politicians gave polished speeches, Trump spoke directly, like a businessman making a deal. And in November 2016, to the shock of the world, he won. Donald Trump became the 45th President of the United States. He was the first president without military or political experience. The world watched closely. Some were hopeful. Others were afraid. During his time in office, he made big changes. Cut taxes for businesses and individuals, changed immigration policies and built parts of a border wall, moved the U.S. Embassy in Israel to Jerusalem. He appointed 3 conservative judges to the Supreme Court, pulled the U.S. out of the Paris Climate Agreement, faced a trade war with China. Supporters said he was bold and honest. Critics said he was divisive and dangerous. His tweets became world news. He called journalists fake news and challenged long-standing institutions. Then in 2020, the world faced a new crisis, COVID-19. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Trump's leadership was heavily criticized. He downplayed the virus early on, promoted unproven treatments, and argued with health officials. Some praised his push to reopen the economy. Others blamed him for the high death toll. In the same year, protests broke out across America after the killing of George Floyd, an unarmed black man, by police. The country was angry, emotional, and deeply divided. Trump's response was strong, calling for law and order, which again split public opinion. Later that year, Trump ran for re-election. But in November 2020, he lost to Joe Biden. Trump claimed the election was stolen. He pushed legal challenges and told his supporters to fight like hell. On January 6, 2021, a violent crowd of his supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol. It was one of the darkest days in American democracy. Trump was impeached a second time for inciting the riot, but again not convicted. Even after leaving office, Trump remains a powerful voice in American politics. He has millions of loyal followers. He continues to campaign, give speeches, and hint at another run for president. To his fans, he is a fighter, a man who speaks the truth, who stands up against the political elite. To his critics, he is dangerous, a man who breaks rules and threatens democracy. But one thing is clear: Donald Trump changed politics forever. He showed that in the age of social media, style can beat experience. He showed that people will follow a strong voice, even if it's controversial. And he reminded the world that America is a nation of strong opinions, deep divisions, and endless surprises. From the golden towers of Manhattan to the White House, Donald Trump's journey is unlike any other. It is a story of ambition, risk, power, and resilience. Listen again to practice your English and understand this chapter in modern history. Do you think Donald Trump was a good president? Why or why not? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real stories in simple English.